Hey, good morning, everybody. So, welcome to our next Saturday market update. So, the analogy is, a snowball as it heads down a hill. It starts to pick up momentum, starts, doing more, getting bigger. And our prediction for December is pretty much spot on. That we've been seeing a slight slowing trend with homes coming on market. However, we're still seeing that pent up buyer demand, and so that buyer demand is getting bigger and bigger, like the snowball going down the hill. But really, there's not much out there to choose from. But that is also going to change. So we're going to get into that, and that's part of what today's session is. We're going to go over a little bit about what to expect in 2022, and well, so far, if you've been watching these over the last, I don't know, since 2007, you will see that, our accuracy is pretty much spot on. And that's because you get this every single week. And that is like the best part. So, because I also believe in having a sense of humor, it was funny. Dana and Bob, Dana had posted a picture I thought was absolutely hilarious. And hopefully I get this right. And it says, after living through the pandemic, I understand why the Italian Renaissance artwork has so many fat people naked laying on a couch. So that I started laughing. I thought that was awesome. So Dana, thumbs up on that one. Hope Bob's doing well. And well, I hope you guys are doing well and having a great year so far. Anyway, so let's talk a little bit about the market. So you might remember, ever since about October, we were saying, hey, listen, from October, we're going to see a pretty good surge till about the middle of December. I think we're at the middle of December. We're at the middle of December. And we were going to start to see some of the homes coming on market start to taper off a little bit, meaning that our inventory is going to go up a little bit, but we were still going to keep pushing forward. Here we go. So month over month, this is actually month over month. We're only down 1.2% on pended and solds. We're down 15.4%. December month itself, 2020 to 2021, which is only 400 homes. So here's the thing. We're seeing that little bit of pushback, okay? Seasonal pushback, seasonal slowdown, totally normal. However, if we had more homes, meaning that we only put 689 homes on market with our running average 7 days, okay? And last week it was like 800 and change. Today it's 689. But look, we still have 1,283 homes that went pending, 1,302 homes that actually have closed. So we have new ownership, which also means that we still have multiple offers happening on well-priced homes. So, working with Andy and his family, they did absolutely perfect. Okay, they followed the recommendations. Can somebody put their home on the market today, receive highest and best market value, whether it's multiple offers or a single offer? Can that happen even today? Can that happen between now and even the middle of February? The answer is yes, because there's no false starts. You need to make sure that your home is pristine, that it is ready to go, that you've done the touch-ups, you've done the cleaning, you've done the staging, you've done what is needed to be done so that people come in and look at your home and say, yes, this is move-in ready, not a fixer, okay? And that is what will get you that. Now, if you are of that position where, hey, you know what, I can't do all of those things, whether it's financial or, situational, whatever that might be, sure, there are still those options. No home will sell for less than market value in a limited inventory market. For him, hey, there comes the sun. See, somebody believes in what I'm saying. Anyway, so when you look at this information here, okay, this very, very clearly tells you if you put your home on the market at market value, your home will sell, guaranteed. Okay, if there are 500 people out in the middle of the desert and they are thirsty and you have 2 bottles of water, I guarantee you will find highest and best price. I'm just saying, that is where we're at. We are starving for inventory. Because remember, this number here, This number here, let's come over here. We talk about our inventory is up 11.1%. Hey, that's only 400 homes. That's a small number because we only are running about 32 to 38% of our normal inventory. We have 7 days. That's it. Now, you might say, okay, George, 7 days. What the heck does that mean? Okay, if we have a bucket, and this bucket is called the Northwest MLS, and all the agents put their listings inside this bucket, and then I put a lid on this bucket, I should have inventory inside this bucket to last me 4 to 6 months. That is considered a balanced market. Okay, we're at 7 days. Okay, in 2019, when we saw a little bit of a slowdown, not much, but a little bit of a slowdown, we had, yes, we actually hit 2 months of inventory at that point. Go back and watch my videos, right? Go back and watch 2019. Listen to how that transitions into 2020 and what that expectation was, where we were actually going against the grain of what everybody said. And I said, listen, you've got to pay attention. Here is the demand. Here's inventory. Here's where it's trending. Just like today, we will continue to see a mild increase in inventory. Understand it's going to happen, okay? And then in February, March-ish, we're going to get a little bolus of infusion of inventory that is immediately massively going to get brought down, okay? And it will be very there'll be some upset buyers that are going to miss out on some great opportunities because there's you can only have one buyer for one home. Legally, one buyer for one home. And we're not going to have that many homes, but yet we're still going to have a massive influx of buyers. So those folks that are looking through the winter, through the mid-February, hey, smartest thing you can be doing, hands down. It's just chatting with, texting with Rang and his wife, and I'll tell you, don't back away. Make sure you are staying there. Look at your options because you never know what's going to happen. Okay? I'm just saying, for those of you that are out there and you're struggling, hey, ask your agent or whomever, say, hey, listen, you know what? Look at homes that have been on the market for over 20 days and take me 8% above that and let me see what kind of room I can negotiate to give you different options. When we take a look at this chart here, which Marie will go ahead and post, right? So you actually have 119 price reductions. This is King, Pearson, Snohomish only, all right? We had 57 that canceled and 15 that expired in a market with no extra fluff for inventory. You should never have a price reduction, should never expire, you should never cancel, ever. Well, I mean, cancel if something else came up. But if it's based on price, shame on you, right? Because we've been over this over and over and over again. Pricing is absolutely spot on. Andy got it straight up. No questions asked. And they were extremely successful. More successful than even I thought that they would be, which is awesome, right? You got to love success. All right. So when we come over here, we look at the pended. We're up year over year 6.5%. We're down 1.2% here, which is just a few homes. Not a big deal. Here, the number of solds year over year is up over 12%, which is over 10,000 homes. That's a big number year over year because, holy smokes, 2020 was an insane year, okay? Most people remember that. But yet we're down, for the month of December, we're down 15.4% or 400 homes. And that is across the Northwest MLS. These numbers are King, Pearson, Snohomish County, okay? So when we talk about do we have enough inventory, the answer is no. We could double our inventory today, poof, it would go away. Because these two numbers follow each other so tight because we only have 30% of what we used to have. I mean, we're 69% below inventory levels of where we were in 2018, 2019. And so as you guys go through, as you understand where we are progressing, it allows you guys to make that better decision. And that is super important. That's why we do this every week. So let's talk a little bit about, hang on, let's come over here. So mortgage rates. All right. We had a client, have a client, I should say, and they kind of got, they didn't watch my 5 steps or 5 things to ask when getting quoted loan rates. And unfortunately, they got bit. And but it's tough, and we're trying to rally through it. We're bringing in a few other options to see if we can complete the process and whatnot. So we'll see what shakes out. That's super tough. And here's what happens, right? So there's a video, and Marie's posting the screenshots for you right now. Gonna have her repost this link. 5 questions to ask when getting quoted mortgage interest rates. All right, and here's the why. They did not realize they got this amazing, crazy interest rate proposal, 2.6%. Par pricing today is 3.25%. Well, who wouldn't go and take a look at that? And they're like, woohoo, let's go, let's get it, come on. And I'm like, whoa, tell me, that's super crazy. You got to tell me, what's going on here? And what they did not realize, okay, and when you watch that video, you're going to understand. And there is a limited, there's a balance requirement, like a mortgage balance, not your purchase price, but a mortgage balance requirement, right? There's a percentage of minimum down payment. There's a minimum credit score. There are other things that come into play when you're getting quoted rates, and they got all excited, okay? So they're looking at buying like $1.5 million piece of property. Okay, well, that's great. So they're thinking, oh man, I'm gonna get, 2.65, that's amazing. And I said, that is amazing. Have you checked out the loan requirements? What we call an overlay, are there any, what, are we sure about this? Even with the new lending increase of Pierce, King, and Snohomish County, conforming loan rates being $891,000, up from like $746,000. Are we sure about this? And they say, oh yeah, we're in, we're good. I'm like, okay, but I didn't let it stop, because in the back, we all get that in the back, hey, the red flag, the dude's up there with the red flag going, time out. I said, hey, I want you to do me one more favor. Can I talk to your lender? I just want to make sure that we don't have any false starts there. Let's talk to your lender. And lo and behold, not only was this loan program for less than $500,000 principal balance, not only did you have to have a 780 or 770 credit score, but there was also a cost. So it was a buy down. They had points. Points is a percent. So if you have 3 points, that's 3% to buy down that rate to get it there. Was it a teaser ad? Of course it was. Did they get caught up in marketing? Of course they were. Did we catch it in time? Almost. But I think there's a workaround that still will make this work. The however is, you know what, guys? Make sure you are asking the right questions, because here's the thing. Rates are on their way down. Well, they have been, like just as predicted. They're going to stay down. We've got a lot of volatility, okay? Here's the however. You're going to get some crazy offers out there and rates that you're going to look at and go, wow, I got to have that. Okay, time out. Make sure that you're asking those 5 questions. If you have a question, give Dan Golden at CrossCountry Mortgage a call and ask, hey, is this real? Hey, just ask him, okay? Juliana over at Qualstar Credit Union, just ask. Make the inquiry, all right? Because if it sounds too good to be true, it probably is, all right? Because, again, other than a few deviations, a lot of lenders are at very similar rates, okay? All right. Non-owner occupied, 3.75, no points, okay? Now, this is, again, what we talk about are no points, par pricing. Now, you might see something out there that's a little bit better, okay? But you need to ask the 5 questions. Watch the video. Absolutely super important. Save yourself. Oh, I tell you, man, there is nothing worse than watching a family panic because all of a sudden the financial situation is not what they expected, not what they planned for, and they have tens of thousands of dollars on the line. And fortunately, in almost 30 years of practice, I've never lost an earnest money. I have kept many as a listing agent. Representing buyers, I've never lost one earnest money, despite the best efforts of some clients. They'll be safe because they have their safeguards in place. We don't let the emotion ride when presenting offers. So they are protected, but the key is, can we get them what they want? They won't get that rate. That's not a realistic rate. However, is it still manageable? And the answer is Yes, yes. So we have alternatives for them, which is awesome. So if you have questions, make sure you're posting them. We get back to you within about 30 minutes, except for on Sundays. Takes a little bit longer. All right. But let's talk about 2022. What's going to happen in 2022? And a lot of folks are saying, oh, what's going to go on? So let's go through it really quick. All right. First, 2022. We're going to see a little more inventory. I think that's a given. And is it going to go up 10%? Oh, somebody said, what do you think it's, give me a number. And I'm like, well, I forgot my crystal ball polish today. 10%, you know, I've heard the number thrown around, 10%. Okay, well, if we have, I think we had like 4,000 or 5,000 listings. Where are we at here today? Oh yeah, 4,165. 10%? Yeah, I safely say we'll go up 10%. 400 homes from Bellingham all the way down to the Tri-Cities, Yakima, or not Yakima, but Wenatchee, Chelan, and Kitsap and whatnot. That's a massive area. 400 homes? Sure. That's a drop in the bucket. That's nothing. Like I say, we could double our inventory today, it would just disappear. All right. So realistically, though, yes, we're going to see a modest increase in inventory. That is going to be predicated also on the fact that our rates, which is the next one, next year, anticipated it's coming, unless you're watching a different movie than the rest of us. Inflation is a huge concern right now. What they decide to do with debt, mortgage-backed securities being bought, confidence with the market that is out there right now, both on a global level. Yes, we anticipate rates going to about 3.5%, 4% in 2022. Not much is going to happen probably in the first half of the first quarter, but Q2 and on, we're definitely going to start to see some of that pushback and increasing in rates, okay? All right, appreciation. Some folks are saying, George, you know, we saw anywhere between 12 and 17% appreciation in our areas here. What do you expect? I don't expect to be quite as high, but I do expect still to be 10 to 12% for 2022. Then some folks, you know, that have been saying, oh, we're going to tank, we're going down. I don't see that happening. We do not have enough inventory. We might see a slowing trend, but we don't have enough inventory for it to tank. There's nothing to tank. We need more homes to tank. All right. It's still going to be a seller's market. That is going to be a given through 2022. 2023, you know, my prediction is we won't see 10 to 12% appreciation. We'll probably see 8 to 10% as we see a little bit of a slowing trend as rates continue to creep up, which is totally normal. Okay. All right. That is what is expected. That's my prediction anyway. We'll see, I guess, next year at this time when we reflect on last year. It seemed to be doing pretty well. Anyway, if you guys have any questions, post them, subscribe, like the channel, share the channel. It's free. I don't ask you for anything, okay? The key is if we can help you make a better decision, that is the goal. Let us know how we can help you. No strings attached. In the meantime, you guys be safe. Oh, real important. Okay. It's been a little windy. I don't know if you can see it outside. It's been a little windy. Make sure refresh the batteries in your flashlights. Okay, have them handy. Okay, know where they're at. You know, don't be one of these people struggling around to turn on a dead flashlight. If you're going to have candles out, be super careful with them, especially if you have pets. Pets seem to find them intriguing, mainly cats. So be mindful of that. Candles are they're a little bit on the dangerous side. There are other alternatives. We're going to be heading into some windy days. Make sure you guys are prepared. Make sure you have an alternative heating source. Make sure you have you know, batteries. So a lot of fireplaces, gas fireplaces, if you pull off the bottom, there's this like little plastic thing about yay big, and it's got a couple of springs in it, and it says, hey, looks like I could put a D-sized battery in there. Well, that's because you can. And what that is it's a backup. The battery will work your igniter so that your gas fireplace will start. That's awesome. So that you have a source of heat. Pull off the bottom, take a look at where your things are. You will see it. If you have one, most of them do. Go get some D-sized batteries, have them ready. Don't put them in until you need to. Just saying, only put them in when that happens. But you're going to need your flashlight to see in there, so make sure your flashlight works. Otherwise, you don't go anywhere. All right. In the meantime, you guys be safe. Have an absolutely beautiful weekend. Go out and have some fun. And I'll see you guys on the next video. Take care.